Hello, hello. Welcome to this week's Profit Maximizer Moment. This show is dedicated to helping small business owners dramatically improve their bottom line with our weekly profit maximizing tips that you can use now. All right. I'm your host and coach, Wayne Belisle. And I need a haircut, don't I? I'm also the founder of a local CPA firm that works with business owners to help them make more money and keep more of it from the IRS. I do this with our profit coaching programs, with our tax planning system, which has saved my clients over $6.8 million. We're well over 7 million. It's tax planning season now. In fact, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to start doing some tax planning tips. So make sure you pay attention. Again, all legally. I love my clients, but I don't want to share a jail cell with them. Today, we're going to talk about how much should I charge? Always a question I get. What should be my prices? Right. But first, support for today's show comes from Profit Maximizing Publishing, which published my book, The 90-Day Profit Reset, which shows you how to gain your independence from reduced cash flow, shrinking margins, and evaporating customer base. In this book, you will find chapter after chapter, idea after idea, about how you can turn your business from the red to the black in 90 days or fewer. Even entrepreneurs who are making a lot of money can increase their profits with this. I'm not going to go into that too much, but that's definitely something you should get, especially in today's economy. Look, how much should I charge? Am I charging enough? Am I charging too much? What are my prices? Amazing how little time a lot of business owners spend actually thinking about pricing. All right. But this is a question I'm getting a lot. I'm getting it more often than I used to in the past. In fact, with the internet and people are able to do price shopping, this question has come up a lot more than it used to. Okay. The first thing I need to stress to a business owner is that in the customer's eyes, your cost means nothing to them. They don't care if your cost went up. If you're sending out a letter saying, I'm going to have to increase prices because cost went up, I don't care. I'm going to go shop. All right. Because what is price? Price is simply an exchange of value for money. I'm buying something from you that's worth the same or equal to or less or, more than what I'm paying for. All right. That's it. That means to make a sale, you must convince the customer that the value they receive is equal to or greater than the amount they pay. I just said that. Pricing is more elastic, though, than most business owners understand, unless you're selling a commodity, which I would say don't sell commodities. We'll talk about that in a minute. Customers pay what they perceive to be the value of the product or the service. That's why pricing is a lot more elastic than you think. A lot of people will say, I'm going to take this thing. It cost me $500. I'm going to sell it for $1,000. Well, in truth, that thing might be worth to the customer $5,000. All right. Another one, I paid $500 for it. I'm going to sell it for $1,000. In the customer's eyes, it may be worth $250. So you're not going to make the sale. Look, after you understand these things, here's some of the questions that you need to start asking yourself. And you might want to listen to this one and slow it down and write these questions down. How do I set my prices? Have you reviewed your product or services pricing lately? Have you looked at them? What are your competitors charging? That doesn't mean you should be charging it, okay? Look, think about this, all right? Businesses start. 50% of them are gone in the first year, all right? Within 10 years, less than 2% will be available. Well, about 5% will still be alive in 10 years. And less than 1% of those actually pass on to either a sale or another generation, whatever. So why do I care what the competitor is charging? But the reason you care is because your customers are looking at it. So you need to look. What separates your product or service from your competitors? In other words, why should I buy from you? All right. There must be something that adds value that separates what you sell from what your competitors sell. What value does your customer place on what you're selling? Let me try that again. What do your customers place value on that you might not be considering? Okay, there's things you do for free. For example, we used to just answer all IRS letters for free. That was a value to the client, but I did it for free. It's dumb. I needed to come back. First of all, the IRS turned on their flipping computer, so I couldn't continue to do it for free, but we started charging for it and get no kickback whatsoever because people are afraid of the IRS. All right. What do you have like that you're doing for free that the customer sees value for? Can you package various products or services together to increase the perceived value? Can you be in a one-stop shop? Now, this is different if you're selling a product or if you're doing service, but questions are pretty much the same. All right. In the opposite direction, should you offer some of your bundled services or products individually? Sometimes if I combine them, I give you a better price. But if I pull them out, I'll give you an idea. I was offering to clients the idea of doing a one-stop shop, tax returns, tax planning, business coaching, and a few other things, a lot of other things in there. But those are the main three. All right. Well, some people don't need the coaching. They know how to make money, but they need the tax planning. Other people need the tax planning. Don't need the tax planning because they're not making money yet. They just need the coaching, and some do want all three. So you pull them out. Now, if you buy all three, you're getting a little better deal, but not much of a better deal because, as far as I'm concerned, I'm selling value, not time. All right. Have you tested changing your prices to see the effect on customer retention and your new customer conversion rate? All right. Thing to think about here. If you raised your price by 10%, how many customers could you afford to lose before your sales were reduced? I have a chart on that. It depends on what your gross profit is, but you'd be surprised. You could lose up to a third of it. If you did a 10% increase, you could lose 25 to 30% of your customers and make the same profit, depending on what your gross profit is. Okay. So don't take that as gospel. I would need to sit down and talk to you, or your CPA would need to sit down and talk to you. Another question, when was the last time you raised prices? You're better off. I've seen this before where people hold prices, and then they finally got to raise prices like right now. So they hit them with a 50% increase. Well, man, you want to shock people? That's the way to go. You're better off doing 2 to 5% increases every year. People understand prices do increase. Again, though, remember, you're selling value, but I would rather you did a bunch of smaller price increases than that monster one. And I told you, don't sell a commodity. You want to make it so it's impossible for you to compare you to other people. All right. Using myself as an example. All right. Everybody and their uncle does tax returns. You don't even need a flipping license to do tax returns. Doesn't mean you know what you're doing. All right. But when we combine that with tax planning and, QuickBooks training and business coaching, profits, which is why our motto is very simple. What we try to do in our firm is to help you make more and help you keep more from the IRS. That explains it pretty easily. It also answers the question, why should I buy from you? All right. It separates me from my competitors, and I'm no longer selling a commodity. I'll quote you on a tax return by itself. I guarantee you I'm not going to be the cheapest. Might be closer to the top. Look, if you haven't re-examined your pricing recently, you may be surprised, truthfully, by how much money you're leaving on the table. All right. Seriously, this is something you need to get looking for. Hey, until next time, this is Wayne Blau saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Thank you very much and have a great weekend.